So I used to believe in the happiness destination. It was a destination where I felt like I could finally be happy. I also believed that there was a certain way to get to this place. Analogy wise, I would say that it was like a one-way ticket to this place. It was a ticket that I felt like I could buy and become forever happy. And what does it take to buy this one-way ticket to the happy land, you might ask? Well, I guess the same things that many of us believe holds the key to our happiness. Good looks, nice clothes, a successful career, a big house, fancy car, plenty of friends, and an enviable family life. I really believed that once I had all of these things, I could buy that one-way ticket to the happiness destination and be finally happy. So for a long time, I grinded and hustled my way into buying this ticket. Then only very recently, I stopped short of this endeavour when I realised how fruitless the entire journey was. There was no happiness destination. There was no one-way ticket to happiness. Even if there was a ticket, it would be like a return or round-trip ticket. I'm thankful that I came to realise this at a younger age, and I want to spread the word because I know many people, including my friends and family, still believe in this idea of a one-way ticket to happiness. I also feel like many people coming from migrant families or those from a lower socioeconomic background like myself will resonate with this story. As humans, we all share the same desire to be happy. We all have this natural instinct to achieve this constitutional human goal of happiness. As a young child, I was instilled with two life goals: to succeed and become rich. The reason was because I was desperate to succeed, to make my parents who fled the Vietnam War proud, and I guess my ambitious personality played a part too. And what about getting rich? I guess when you grow up in a family that didn't make the best financial decisions, and I was a kid who was forced to pick up the landline and lie to debt collectors that my parents weren't home, and I had to eat like jam sandwiches every day for lunch up to year 12. Money really becomes everything to you. So my naive young self believed that when I was armed with these two things, happiness would finally arrive at my doorstep. So I explored my options. Medical school seemed like the best choice because it suited my personality. I love talking and listening to people and helping them out in any way I can. Consequently, I studied hard, aimed high, and got to where I am. At the start, it seemed like I was pretty much there, about 3/4 of the way in being able to buy that ticket to happiness. But somehow, over the years, that 3/4 started to become a half, then it dropped to a quarter, sometimes it went back to a half, but other days it went down as low as 0%. Somehow, the more I chased that dream, the further away it ran. My dream of becoming a first-year medical student evolved to becoming a final year student, which evolved to becoming an intern, and then suddenly there was this rush and need to get into a certain specialist training program, complete my fellowship, and end the game at consultancy level. Only then I would surely be happy, right? But wait, at consultancy level, there's this expectation to open up your own private practice or get a competitive public hospital job. Okay, so this is where I'm finally happy, right? What I'm trying to say is that no matter what I had achieved, I always found myself striving for more before I could become truly happy. It wasn't only until recently that I realized that this would become an endless pursuit. I also started to wear nicer clothes, own more expensive things, made lots of connections and friends, and I even started ticking off my travel bucket list. I was literally on that quintessential path of happiness. I was living what my young self dreamt of, but why wasn't I happy? Why did I feel like I needed to chase more things? Where was that ticket to the happiness destination? After a lot of self-reflection, I finally realized that there was no one-way ticket to the happiness destination. At best, as I said before, there are only return tickets. Some people may be able to get to the destination faster than others by buying a return ticket with a high-paying job, a lottery win, inheritance, or the likes, but it's still a return ticket. That is, they do attain happiness, but it's temporary. Eventually and unknowingly, the majority leave the happy land, go back to being unhappy, and start to chase the dream again. There is a more realistic and healthier idea about happiness. There is no such thing as the happiness destination. We think there is, but perceiving happiness in this way makes it unobtainable, I think. Even if we don't explicitly think that there's this place I have to get to in order to be happy, more often than not, we think like this with our jobs. We need to do this job to be happy. We need to earn a certain amount of money to be happy. We need to wear this brand of clothing to be happy. The goal of happiness is a real one, but our tendency to combine perfectionism with this goal is what makes it unrealistic. Although we are not entirely to blame, since we were young, capitalism and marketing has instilled in us the need to do all of these things to guarantee our happiness. For many of us, we just need to realize that we have already arrived at our happiness destination. Sure, there are some tweaks to be done, but most of us have what we need. We just need to appreciate what we have. For me, I've learned that I am already living in the happiness dream, my dream. My life isn't perfect, but happiness is present right now in my life. There is no need to chase it. I just need to appreciate what I have. Happiness can be found in spending time with my partner, exploring new places with my 2 dogs, hanging out with my friends and family, working on my side projects, my career. Happiness can also be found within the process of us trying to achieve our goals. There is nothing wrong with wanting a bigger house, nicer car, or a more successful career. It's just important to know that these things don't define our happiness. The path to it should be happiness. For example, I've always wanted to live in a nicer modern house. I grew up in a housing trust or government provided one. My family then moved into an older home in a lower socioeconomic area. During university, I was able to move out to a slightly better house in the same suburb. Even though this home is functional and I've spent time and effort renovating it, my love for architecture and interior design has made me more passionate in chasing a more modern home. Of course, I also want my dogs to have a bigger open play space. However, I do know now that happiness won't just come when I finally set foot in my dream home. It might for a fleeting moment, but I already have my important sources of happiness right here and right now with me. Hey guys, so thank you so much for hearing me talk. I'm very passionate about this topic because I feel like I've sort of lied to myself or have felt lied to about what happiness truly is or where I can find happiness. Like I used to believe that I would only be happy when I finally got into med school, finally started to wear nicer clothes like everyone, and happiness would be, when I had everything in place. But as I've learned, it's definitely not true at all. It's all a process. It's something that we can find in the things that we have now. Let me know what you guys thought happiness was for you and what genuinely makes you happy that you can find in your life right now. Thank you again, guys. I hope you have a great day. I hope that I've given you something to ponder about, and this is the purpose of my Thoughts to Ponder series. So see you guys.